Hi guys, welcome to As Simple as Possible. In this video, we are going to revise Chapter 15, Predicting and Preventing Corporate Failure. Number 1. Assessing the risk of corporate failure. We do this by calculating various financial ratios. They are bad when they are less than a certain number. In case of current ratio, if they are less than 2, they are bad. Quick ratio, if they are less than 1. Interest cover, which is EBIT upon interest, if they are less than 3. Then we have another ratio, which is financial gearing, which is long-term debt divided by debt plus equity. Operational gearing, fixed cost upon variable cost. Now another topic, problems with ratio analysis. Ratios are an unreliable indicator of corporate failure. Next point. Ratios are calculated on the basis of previous year financial statements, which is not good to judge. Next. Ratios are compared with industry averages, which are also not good to judge. And the last is ignores non-financial issues. Next topic, prediction models of corporate failure. Number 1, Altman's Z-score. Number 2, Argentine's A-score. Z-score is used for quantitative analysis and A-score is used for qualitative analysis. Altman's Z score. Formula is Z is equal to 1.2 x1 plus 1.4 x2 plus 3.3 x3 plus 0.6 x4 plus x5. 1 into x5. Now here x1 is a measure of liquid liquidity. X2 is a measure of cumulative profitability. X3 is a measure of solvency. X4 is a measure of gearing. And X5 is a measure of revenue generating capacity. Now if we look at the ratios that are there for these. In case of liquidity, the ratio is working capital divided by total assets. In case of cumulative profitability, it is retained earnings divided by total assets. In case of solvency, it is EBIT upon total assets. In case of gearing, it is market value of equity upon debt. Revenue generating capacity, revenue upon total assets. Now, on the basis of the equation that we wrote above, there are key values in this model. Less than 1.8 is likely to fail over 2 years. This is the gray area, which is eventual failure uncertainty, and greater than 3 is safe. Next topic, weaknesses of quantitative models. Number 1, based on visible factors only. It does not include factors that are not apparent. It ignores risk of change in environmental factors. Next topic, additional weaknesses specific to Z-score model. It was calculated initially based on a sample of companies from US. It was performed in 1960s. Sample that was used were only consisted of manufacturing companies, and it requires market value for equity, which makes it limited to the use by quoted companies. And the last point, fifth, in capital intensive industries, additional investment makes failure because sales by total assets is being used. It will worsen according to this model, but this is wrong and counterintuitive. Next point, rather next topic, Argentine's A score. This is a qualitative model as we discussed above. It takes into consideration various things like frequent changes of management, falling market share, lack of planning, all these it considers in order to predict corporate failure. We must know that defects can lead to mistakes which can show symptoms of a failure. So, score is given to each weakness that is noticed here. If a zero score is given, which means no weakness. Here also there is a scale. If it is less than 18, then it is known as safe. And if it is more than 25, likely to fail. So there are different scores that are given, like defects are given a score of 10, mistakes are given a score of 15, symptoms are given a 0 score. So that way the total score is 25. Advantages of this model: it allows targeted action to be taken. It helps to analyze root cause of risk of failure. It considers both financial and non-financial factors, and with the help of this, factors can be seen before terminal state. But there are weaknesses to this model. Judgment is involved, it is subjective, lack of formal testing to prove models' validity, lack of industry considerations, and lastly, focus mainly on internal factors and fails to consider the importance of broader environmental factors. So, this is all about this chapter. I hope you like the video. Please do comment, share, and subscribe the channel. And of course, thanks for watching.